Well, today is National Quinoa Day, and maybe you eat quinoa all the time, maybe you've never tried it. There are actually a ton of dishes that you can make with quinoa, from grain bowls to maybe tacos, even sushi. We're going to show you how.
You know how picky I am. And I'll tell you, we've had quinoa at my house. I've had quinoa here, and it tastes like rice in a lot of ways. If it's prepared correctly, it tastes delicious. Sushi may not be the first thing you think of when you think of quinoa, but you can actually do that. Kendall is here with Ancient Harvest to tell us more about some cool things you can do with quinoa. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is awesome. So are you adding this quinoa instead of rice just because maybe it has a better nutritional value?
So actually, yeah, that's exactly right. Quinoa has about twice the protein as sushi rice.
Okay.
So this will be more filling. You get a little bit more fiber. Quinoa is actually a complete protein, so it has the 9 essential amino acids that your body needs to build muscle.
That's great.
Well, I think a lot of people mistake it. Oh, it's just a form of rice, but it's not rice at all, right?
It's not, actually. It's not even a grain, which is a common misconception. It's actually a seed. And Ancient Harvest was one of the first brands over 35 years ago to bring quinoa to the United States market, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, we're going to get rolling, aren't we?
So this isn't complicated. This is pretty easy. I mean,
it's so easy. So all you have to do is cook quinoa, and I usually do this the night before.
Okay.
And then I add a little bit of sugar and rice vinegar, and that just gives it kind of a little bit of a sweet flavor that you have with the sushi rice.
And you even cook it like you do rice. I mean, you just boil it in water, and it kind of absorbs the water.
And it actually takes less time. So it's only 15 minutes, where rice usually can take 30 to 45 minutes. So it's pretty snappy. And
you
then
got the vegetables on there.
Yep, and you can add avocado if that's your jam. And then the tricky part is rolling it. So what I have here is just water.
Oh.
And you just put it up here so that it'll actually stick to the nori.
Okay.
And then this is the tricky part, is rolling it. So
you make it look easy.
Well,
I don't know about that. I sometimes end up just using my hands.
Okay.
Which is totally cheating.
Hey, as long as it gets the job done and it tastes good, right?
Exactly.
Once you slice it up, it looks.
And so then
You
just
have
move
that
it off of the mat.
And then you just slice it up.
Yep, and then you just slice
Easy peasy.
And you want to make sure that you have a pretty sharp knife.
Okay.
But this is a really fun thing to do with kids if you're trying to get them to eat more veggies.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see.
I told you, my kids love sushi. There are a lot of kids who, especially with the, as you call it, nori, but the seaweed, they wouldn't want to touch it.
Right.
There's a lot of other dishes. I mean, any dish that takes rice, you can kind of sub quinoa, right?
Yeah, exactly. We have a ton of recipes on our website, like quinoa paella. I actually, every Christmas, I make something called quinoa brittle, which is so good. It's with maple syrup and coconut oil.
Quinoa brittle.
Yeah, it's like candy.
So it can be savory, but it can also be sweet.
Yeah, I also make breakfast bowls with quinoa in the morning, use coconut milk, and
smart.
add some maple syrup and some fruit, and it's great.
All right, and where can you buy your brand of quinoa?
Yeah, so we're actually pretty national. So we're in Kroger, Whole Foods, Walmart, Safeway. We're all over.
Ancient Harvest.
Yep, and this is our new packaging. So you might start to see this roll out on shelves. We're pretty excited about it.
And if you're a newbie to quinoa, would you start with just traditional quinoa? I know there's a bunch of flavors.
Yeah, I would start with that, or we even have these. You can pick these up at Walmart or Sprouts if you're a little intimidated by cooking quinoa.
That's just a microwave
This
pack.
is just microwave,
Awesome.
so you can start with that.
Easy peasy.
Throw a bunch of veggies, some kale in it, whatever.
Well, Kendall, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for making us a nice dish here.
Healthy. We're getting healthy there, Brooks.
I know.
Don't you know it?
Resolutions.
You get the memo?
Makes me want to go hiking. Let's do a 14er.